Morning all, just to fill the gaps, let's talk about game 2 of the classic 1972 match between Fischer and Spassky. So, in Iceland, midway between USSR and the United States, they went to that little place, Iceland, very cold. This game 2, was scheduled for the 13th of July 1972. So, in the previous game, as we just saw on previous video actually on the channel, in game 1, Fischer had just blundered a bishop really, and maybe he was horrified by his own ineptness. He had the white pieces though. With white you get a small advantage usually statistically, but he didn't turn up. Spassky was waiting and waiting and waiting, and he didn't turn up. So it made the match 2-0. It made the lifetime record between them 5 wins to Spassky basically and 2 draws. If you count the wins before the 1972 match, there was a King's Gambit accepted, which Fischer lost. There were 2 Grunfeld exchange variations, which Fischer both lost. And there were a couple of draws which we haven't checked out on the channel yet. So Spassky could have, at this point, have decided to just claim the match, because the conditions of the match, it was meant to be all televised in front of cameras in that main room with the audience. Fischer's protesting at the cameras, the audience, wanting to be put into a back room. And okay, so we see in game 3 Fischer's conditions being enforced. It became basically Fischer's match with his own conditions. If the audience was distracting him, what about distracting Spassky? Is it really the case that it was unfair if both players are have agreed to this kind of match conditions, and for the conditions to be really changed? Well, Fischer maybe have put in the match conditions he didn't want distractions, and maybe he claimed he could hear cameras clicking and everything like that. So okay, but anyway, as far as the match score is concerned, it looked on paper like a big advantage to Spassky at this point. But a true, champion, a true gentleman, he wanted to continue the match. He didn't want to just claim the match, claim his win, and walk away. It's a long way to come to Iceland to play this match, and he wanted to prove himself. So the match continued after this game forfeit, but I thought it was worth talking about this. No moves played, just a game forfeit, putting Spassky 2 games up in the match. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.